to another edition of Always Bet on Jack and Zach, presented by BetOnline.ag. Sign up for that 50% bonus by using the promo code capital BLEAV50 to sign up for that 50% bonus. We're going to get right into it this week in this very romantic setting in Chandler, Arizona. Zach.
Desert Breeze Park, baby.
Why'd you pick this place? It's a little too romantic for two guys in the middle of nowhere. There's no one around us.
It looks scenic. It's okay. It just looks scenic. The romance, I don't think it's romance. I just think it's scenic. Ladies and gentlemen. Anyway.
This next segment of the show is going to be scenic because we are about to announce our predictions.
Results
from last week.
This is the first week where it's not just Oracle review, it's Oracle versus King Richard review. So, when it comes to...
I'm sorry, Zach, before we go ahead, are Oracles supposed to be losers? Are they supposed to lose?
Let me finish.
I thought Oracles were supposed to be perfect.
So, NFL picks for the week. Oracle, yours truly, was 7 of 13 on his picks. And King Richard was 9 of 14. So when it came to the NFL picks, King Richard wins. The college, the championship weekend in college football, those games, Oracle 5 of 12, King Richard 8 of 15.
That's right. And when you combine those numbers, the total percentage is King Richard 58% correct, Zach Kelly, the Oracle, 48%.
10% is pretty big.
10% difference.
Ouch. Well,
King Richard raised two of the best athletes that the world has ever seen. And he is up 1-0.
Oh my God. Anyway, moving on from that, one last thing before we get into our NFL picks this week. A little plane going by. I'm just going to let that audio do it, not so it doesn't interrupt it in case that gets picked up. You were taking your sweet time, Mr. Plane Man. You want to go any faster?
Mr. Plane Man?
Pilot, you know what I meant. Anyway, thing that should be out of our microphones. The audio might be a little wilds, but bear with us. So one little addendum we had to make to last week, just acknowledging it. I didn't notice because they look so similar with shades on, but when we were talking about Brian Kelly and Lincoln Riley last week, the picture we showed in our video was actually Brian Kelly and Cliff Kingsbury. So we want to give an apologies to Lincoln Riley, Cliff Kingsbury.
You want to give an apology to Lincoln Riley and Cliff Kingsbury. You want to give an apology. You are sorry for putting those pictures in there. I did not edit the video. I just want to put that out there, Lincoln and Cliff. I apologize for Zachary Kelly for inserting that picture. Continue.
So,
just to get that cleared up for anybody that was blurry to the details.
So, finally, we are now going to talk about our NFL picks of the week. Who do you want to start or me? Who do you want to go first?
I'll let you go first. It's been a rough episode for you already. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
My first game of the week is the Jacksonville Jaguars plus 10.5 at Tennessee. And I am predicting the Jaguars to actually cover a Tennessee team that without Derrick Henry is struggling. But the Titans win, but 10.5 point spread, I don't think that the Jaguars lose by 11 as much as they've been floundering and got pounded by the Rams and Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford this past weekend. I think that Jaguars will cover that line, and I'm going the under at 44.
You're going to go the under at 44 in that game? Mm-hmm. I'm going to go the over at 44 in that game. And yes, okay. This is an important week for Mike Vrabel and his Tennessee Titans, right? This is a big
lost
week.
The number one spot.
You're no longer the head honcho, per se. You're no longer
Coach
the head
Bill
of the
Belichick
table of the
AFC,
AFC, right? The Patriots are here to stay. The Chiefs are coming back. I don't care what anybody says.
No,
Patrick Mahomes is coming back. So I think this is a big week for the Tennessee Titans. I think everybody would agree that this is a huge week in order for them to prove that they are a legitimate threat come postseason time in the AFC.
Absolutely.
Speaking of the AFC, the Pittsburgh Steelers pulled off a big win.
Yes,
last week against the Ravens.
Win.
Thank you, John Harbaugh, for that Pittsburgh Steeler win. What the hell kind of call was that? Who goes for the win in a situation like that? He's frozen.
He had the right call. Are you kidding me? If Lamar Jackson just doesn't they win the game. And also, Ben
If
Roethlisberger
Marshawn Lynch
was
just
having
runs the ball in on 1st and goal at the 1-yard line, the Seahawks win the Super Bowl.
my
But they didn't.
God.
You know why? Poor coaching decisions. That was a
Well,
poor coaching
I
decision.
won't argue with you anymore. We'll find another time, so I'll let you continue. So I'm guessing Steelers are your pick this week, whatever the other Steelers
It's
are
the
playing.
Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings. Thank you very much. They cover it by 3 points. The under-over is 40. I'm going with the Vikings, though. Okay? Steelers didn't play that great offensively last week. They played much better defensively.
Steelers trying to make it a
against the
3-point game?
Baltimore Ravens. I don't think they make it a 3-point game. I'm not covering the spread, and I'm going the under at 40.
I'm going to say that the Steelers do cover it to the 3-point game, but Vikings still win, but I think it's within 3 game. And what was the over-under again, you said?
40 and a half.
I'm going to go the over. I don't know why. I have a sneaking suspicion about the over.
I think King Richard is going to be very happy with that prediction.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, enough of King Richard. On to my second game of the week. Your Dallas Cowboys are minus 5-point favorites at Washington football team. And I am not only picking Washington to cover that spread, I am picking the Washington football team to win and upset the Dallas Cowboys at home. And I'm picking the under at 49.
14-9, is that a number?
49.
49. You're going to pick the under at 49. I'm going to pick the under at 49, but there's no way in hell that the Dallas Cowboys are losing against the
does
Washington.
cover, though?
I'm not good enough to have a name football team. Okay? They're not winning. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I've seen them lose in heartbreak fashion to the former Redskins on multiple occasions. Ain't going to happen this week in D.C. Ain't going to happen. I'm going the under at 49, but the Cowboys are definitely covering that spread.
You think they win by at least 6?
Yes.
All right. Oracle is very happy about that pick. Anyway, let's hear your second
Oracle, 48% correct.
All right.
Didn't even get half of your picks correct.
Right. Just go.
Oracle, it's your turn.
No, I just went.
I'm giving you the final pick.
Get
yours
you
out
have
of the way.
2 more.
Get yours out of the way.
All right, fine. It's not how we do things, but all right.
It's my show. I'll do it however the hell I want.
New Orleans Saints minus 6-point favorites at the New York Jets. I'm not predicting Jets to win, but I am predicting that the Jets do at least cover that 6-point spread, and I'm also going the under in that game at 43.5.
43.5. Really? You went the under for all of these, didn't you?
So far, it's been all unders. Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, when the Jets are involved, you got to pick the under. Am I right? I love how you gave them such a triumphant intro. The New York Jets.
You're a bully. Do you agree? Do you agree with? Do you think that the Jets cover, and you're picking the over or the under? What are you going with?
The Saints are going to cover, and I'm going the over at 43. Because it's
you don't think my Jets will lose by at
Stadium.
least a touchdown? You think
No.
they'll lose by at least 7?
No.
Okay, so you think it's at least a 6-point game?
Yeah.
Okay, I respect that. Thank you for
Lose,
putting some
but,
respect.
You know,
All right, let's hear.
they probably won't put up a fight. The Saints are just going to play that bad and still figure out a way to win.
All right, let's hear your last 3.
My last 3 picks.
Or last 2, rather.
Let's talk about the other team in that Steelers matchup from last week.
Okay.
John Harbaugh and his bad coaching decisions and the rest of his Ravens squad are taking on the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland, and they're the underdogs by 3, which is very interesting to me because the Baltimore Ravens
changed? It was 2.5 when I checked on Monday.
Yeah, the Baltimore Ravens are a very good
Okay.
football team. They played really miserable last week at Heinz Field, and quite frankly, the Cleveland Browns, Baker Mayfield, are not that good. They're not that good. They are the home team. They cover the spread by 3. I think they lose. I think the Ravens pull off the upset on the road, and it appears that the over-under is 42.5. I'm going to go the under with these two teams. I mean, John Harbaugh's squad only put up 19 last week, a 20-19 loss, and then you never can trust the Cleveland Browns these days. I'm going the under at 42.5.
I'll agree with you on the over-under. I'll agree on the under on that, under at 42.5. But I do have to say that I think Lamar Jackson's slump's gonna continue. I think that the Browns win by at least 4, and the Ravens don't cover that spread. So I'm gonna say that the Ravens don't cover that 3-point spread.
Yeah, you'll be sorry. Anyways, the Atlanta Falcons are taking on the Carolina Panthers in North Carolina this week. And they're the underdogs by 2.5, the Falcons. The spread is 42.5. I'm going the over at 42.5. It is still pretty humid out there in Charlotte, North Carolina this time of year. And I'm predicting a Falcons win on the road. Matty Ice's Falcons are coming in hot in Carolina, taking on the ever so underwhelming Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers.
I mostly agree with you on that. I'm going with the over at 42.5. I'm going the over in that, and I'm not gonna double down. I'll hedge my bet a little bit. I'm not gonna say the Falcons outright win, but I think the Falcons definitely cover that 3-point spread against the Carolina Panthers.
100%. I'm glad we can agree on something, even if it's as minuscule as that.
Well, that was the first of our show, which means you know what time it is.
The Michael Cera halftime report. Cue that Michael Cera halftime report graphic. All right, romantic setting. It's a bit nippy out here. I wish I had a jacket. You got any romantic stuff to tell us about Michael Cera, Zach?
Not quite romantic, but it's a little, in a way, kind of. That's why I say like sort of. So a little short Michael Cera halftime report. I just thought this was a fun one. Back in 2012. He was the guest star in the episode of The Simpsons known as The Daughter Also Rises, in which Lisa Simpson had a crush on our beloved Michael Cera's character. And can you blame Lisa?
Cupid comes calling.
Can you believe? I'm gonna put up just a beautiful image of Michael Cera, and you tell me if you were Lisa Simpson that you wouldn't also have a crush over that. So. I thought this was just a little fun fact, a little, romance I'll get in his personal life about how beautiful of a man he is, but that's all we have today. Just, I'm saving it up, wait till find some more juicy ones, but I thought that was a nice little
Aubrey Plaza is going to be jealous. Going to be jealous of Marge's daughter.
Oh, my God. Anyway, that's all we have for this
Michael Cera halftime report. Cue out that Michael Cera halftime report graphic. All right, we already established who's going to win this week because my picks are spot on, at least 58%. Zach, what are you going to tell the people this week not to do when it comes to college football?
So, with college football, there's no real games to predict. Bowl games aren't for a couple of days, but championship weekend was. The playoffs are set. The top 4 teams. You were 100% right about Alabama, but before we get into that detail, so Alabama, the 1 seed. Believe Michigan the 2 seed, Georgia the 3 seed, and Cincy the 4 seed.
You got to give a lot of props to Cincy, dude.
Absolutely,
University of Cincinnati,
they did it.
They're the 4 seed, but they did it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you just want a chance.
They're in there with the top dogs, and they probably don't have any chance whatsoever.
I'm not sure what the line looks like yet, and so that's just what I want to talk about for our first subject was college football playoff predictions. What do you think is going to happen in these 3 games, these 2 semifinal games, and this championship game? I'll let you give your prediction first on this college football playoff this year.
Year he. King Richard is about to give his oracle picks for the NCAA college football playoffs. I'm going Michigan. They're winning. But let me retrace my steps a little bit.
Okay.
When you look at these 2 picks, Cincy's not going past the first round. Okay? Let's just get that out of the way. For all of you Cincinnati fans, you're going to be scarred right out of this NCAA playoff run. It was a good run. You gotta hand it to them, right?
You're so mean.
But this Cinderella story is coming to an end.
They don't have any chance against Alabama, Nick Saban? They give them any? Wow.
Nick Saban's heading back to the college football championship, the national title game, as the kids call it. And Michigan's going to have themselves quite the date with Georgia, but the Bulldogs are going to come up just a little bit short against the Wolverines. I mean, you put up a Wolverine against a Bulldog, what the hell do you think is going to happen right there, right?
Oh, my God.
I mean, the Roll Tide, nobody's going to beat the Roll Tide except this giant freaking Wolverine that's going to be led by Jim Harbaugh in the national title game. And for the first time ever, Jim Harbaugh is going to get the respect he deserves in college football.
I was going to give
You heard it here first.
I was going to give my prediction, but But I mostly entirely agree. The only exception.
I think you wanted to hear my prediction first so that you could piggyback on and be like,
no,
that was
the
exactly
only
what I was going to say. I'm the oracle.
Only exception I will give is that I think that Alabama-Cincy game is within 3 points. I think it comes down to the absolute wire.
3 points.
Yes, absolutely. I think Alabama wins. Since he's too inexperienced in some of these bigger bowl games, and Nick Saban has just been around for there. But I think people
I can't even look at you right now.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. 3 points? You care about the underdog way too much. You're too nice of a guy, Zach. It's going to hurt you in the long run. Especially when it comes to making picks on betonline.ag.
Oh, my God. Well,
you have mouths to feed. You're a business owner. And you're making unlogical picks like that, you son of a bitch. You stupid son of a bitch. Why?
I'm not doing a counter again. You can't start past the halfway
Stupid
point.
son of a bitch. Stupid 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 son of a bitch. You're a stupid son of a bitch, and you're gonna be sorry for those words. Either you are or I am. I'm gonna be insanely wrong. And you might have fun in the next couple of weeks come National Title Day in a few weeks in January. Who knows, though?
I don't know if I'm going to do the counter for that. I feel that was too rude. But I'll decide later. Anyway, so that's all I had to say about the college football playoffs.
Damn right you do.
Jim Harbaugh will finally get his due and get that so elusive national title. But second to last subject I want to talk about, UFC 269. So, the two title matches. We got the men's. We got Oliveira, plus what the person defending his title. Keep that in mind. Plus 145 underdog when I checked on Monday, and Poirier, the diamond, minus 170 favorite as the challenger. Over under at 1.5 rounds. Prediction on both the round count and on who's going to take home. Is this lightweight? I believe, or I can't remember.
Come on, you stupid son of a bitch. Of course it's the lightweight. And you know what, Dustin Diamond Poirier? He's bringing home the sauce. He should be the favorite in this fight. He beat Conor McGregor not once, but twice. And not just twice, but twice. In a row. He beat Dustin Poirier is arguably the best lightweight in the whole division. You got to give credit to Justin Gaethje. Michael Chandler's got to be up there as well. Oliveira's the champ, but not for long, because at UFC 269, Dustin Diamond Poirier is going to dump all that barbecue sauce all over Oliveira in that octagon, and he is walking out the lightweight champion of the UFC for the first time in his career. In 4 rounds. He's knocking him out in the 4th round.
Wow, that was
Top that take. You stupid son of a bitch.
In 4 rounds? That was yours. So you're going the over. I think that Oliveira will put up more of a fight than you think, but I do think Poirier does get that title.
Of course
belt.
he's going to put up a fight. That's why I said 4 rounds. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park.
And I will also go, I'd say it goes at least 2 rounds. I'm going the over-under on the round and a half. And now for the second title match on the women's side, we got Amanda Nunes, minus 900 favorite against Pena. I don't know where the emphasis. So I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name.
Let me see this Max Depot clipboard for a second.
I think it's
Pena.
Oh, it's
there you go.
Yeah, Enye. That's right. Pena is plus 550 underdog. These are at least as recent as Monday. These odds, they might be changing at the time of viewing, but they also over.
They won't. Amanda Nunes is by far the baddest bitch in Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Over under round and a half. I'm going with the under. I think this ends in the 1st round, and Amanda Nunes just wins handily. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be much of a fight.
Pena is a very talented fighter. I do want to give her credit to where credit's due. That's one of my old crutches in the broadcast industry. But you got to give her credit to where credit's due, because Pena is honestly one of the most ferocious strikers in the women's division today, in the bantamweight division. But Amanda Nunes is by far and away the most talented, baddest, most scary fighter, scary individual to ever step in the octagon when it comes to the women's bantamweight division. She retired Ronda Rousey so bad that she never came back.
Nope.
Ronda Rousey never came back after that fight in 2017. It was early 2017. And now Amanda Nunes has been at the top of the bantamweight division ever since.
Yep.
Ever since.
Yeah, she is.
She's gone under the radar because of some of these other big fights that have come up in the UFC over the past few years, but Amanda Nunes has been at the top of the bantamweight division for almost 5 years.
It kind of feels like the sort of like the middle point of Floyd's career before he got to the undefeated was clear how many he was winning in a row, and he was just winning with his just handily. It got boring for a while. It wasn't until he got past that 40 win mark that people were 40-0 that people were like, oh wait, hold on a minute. So I think eventually when she starts breaking the record in both men and women's divisions for title defenses, I think then some of these fights are gonna her reputation will finally get the respect it deserves. So yeah, I think she easily cleans up this fight. And last subject for this week's episode, and we'll probably talk about it more next week when the odds for it come out. I know you might not be happy to talk about this, but in the world of boxing, Jake Paul is going to have a rematch against Tyron Woodley after Tommy Fury backed out for medical reasons. Your thoughts on Tommy Fury backing out, your results on the controversy about Jake Paul and his and some of the rumors around him and drug testing, and finally, what do you think of Tyron Woodley's chance to win the fight, especially with Jake Paul saying he'll pay him an extra $500,000 if he knocks him out? What do you think? Any hype, any opinions on those three questions regarding this Jake Paul boxing match?
I'm sorry, did you say something? I zoned out after you said Jake Paul. Listen, Tommy Fury, it happens. There's really not much you could say there, right? It is what it is. I'm not going to judge the guy, right? Mm-hmm. Tyron Woodley, he was chomping at the bit pretty quick. Yes. He was waiting in line like a cobra, waiting to strike his prey within the first 5 minutes of that fight being canceled. Mm-hmm. Tommy Fury backing down, and now Tyron Woodley's like, I'll step up to the plate. Give me a fork and give me a plate. Let's see. And Tyron Woodley, I think, is going to beat Jake Paul.
Oh.
After Jake
After
Jake Paul beat Tyron Woodley the first time, I had to give Jake credit. Mm-hmm. It was close. You could argue that Tyron Woodley won that fight, but Jake Paul wins it. He's gloating, obviously, just like Jake Paul does, and his girlfriend Julia Rose. But this fight's going to be different. It was so close last time. Jake's a little way too confident, and again, it plays into the character. I get it. It's his whole mystique. It's his character. It's what makes him a ton of money. But he's getting knocked out in this fight against Tyron Woodley, and this is going to end the whole saga of Jake Paul. Because I don't think, the first time he loses, I don't think he comes back from it.
I agree. No, I agree. As soon as he loses, I think he doesn't come back from it. I hope.
There's no way. Tyron
Woodley
is a future Hall of Fame fighter. He cannot lose to Jake Paul, the YouTube star, who did this on Disney Channel. He can't do it. I'm Jake Paul, and you're watching Disney Channel. Like, come on. You're going to lose to that guy? You fairy?
I hope you're right. I hope Tyron Woodley knocks him out. I don't think, I'm going to give respect to Jake. I just want it to be settled in the ring. I'm not going to say anything about the drug testing rumors when we don't have confirmation. I'm not going to say anything against Tommy Fury for backing out for whatever reason. Medical reason he needed a fit, but I do agree with you. I do hope he gets knocked out in the ring. But that is all we have for this week. As you know, year's starting to wind down, but come January, NFL playoffs, basketball season, there's going to be a lot more fun things to talk about in these coming weeks. So that's all I have. Jack, I'll let you sign us out.
But you're going to let me? No, I'm going to do it anyways because it's my show. Remember to use that promo code, capital BLEAV50, to get your 50% bonus signing up for BetOnline.ag. Remember, we're also presented by Mayweather Boxing and Fitness. Go get that membership now. Discounts are available. It is the Christmas season. 2 more weeks. Zach, what do you want for Christmas this year?
Are you going to interrupt me when I actually say what I want?
As long as it's not too feminine.
It's a bunch of nice comic books and other books. Trying to read more this year.
There it is.
Okay, all right.
There it is. Remember, BetOnline.ag. Make your picks. King Richard versus the Oracle. Stupid son of a bitch. Zach, go turn off that camera of yours before I go on another stupid son of a bitch rant.